This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
I don't have any lean in my cup. I just have water. I'm actually not drinking right now because I'm training for a CrossFit cup. Otherwise, I would have told you what you want to drink.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I actually.
I was wondering the last few hours, like.
I haven't drank in 2 months. But I'll tell you what, April 26th is going fucking down.
Yeah.
It's going down. Chinatown.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. I'm so excited to be recording with this next guest because, I really like having up-and-coming entrepreneurs and artists on the show, and after a conversation that we had privately on the phone, it really reminded me why I do this show. Not that I forgot, right? But, it kind of put me back in position, which I was really grateful for. And I'm so happy that you're here. You're all blinged out. And I'm going to ask you how much all that jewelry was in just a second. But before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to everybody who is involved with producing this episode of The Public Affair at Rogue Media Network. So we got Josh, and we just met Brazos. So Brazos, big shout out to you. He said like the river. He doesn't realize how iconic that name is. Not yet, right? But once he gets popping, he's going to. Okay, that's a good stage name. Yeah. Okay. It is, right? We can call him the Brazos. Hello. Now listen, before we continue with my very special guest, I'm just going to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair, and this is live. You see, you're going to put me on your next rap album when you hear this. Are you ready? This episode is brought to us by David Santabañez with Alinea Real Estate. He is the #1 sales agent in his office. Right, he's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. If you guys don't know how to buy a house, you don't know where to begin, my boy David is going to help you out with every single aspect of the process, step by step, because he's truly the best at that. Follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. I call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. My boy David Santabañez is doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, my girl Anika Armstrong with Armstrong's Bayou Cafe. She just announced the crawfish pot pies, if that's what they're called. If I botched that name, I'm so sorry, girl, but they look phenomenal on their social media page at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe, serving the most authentic Creole cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. My favorite is any pasta that she has there because it's absolutely giving. It's actually giving dinner tonight. I'm obsessed. I love it. Union Hall, Union Grove, and make sure you guys ask them about catering services as well. Armstrong's Bayou Cafe, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Blue Star RV Services with Manny Guerrero. Listen, he's a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and so much more. Me and Jiggy are so tired of going to get cheeseburgers at the downtown's farmer's market, and y'all's food trucks do not be working. Call Blue Star RV Service, right? I don't want cold fries. I did not want cold fries, okay? Call Blue Star RV Services. Him and his team are going to go out there wherever you are, no matter what the issue is, and fix it up. Blue Star RV Services, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Jesse and Tanya Sotomayor with Luca's Pizzeria, who is now offering brunch on Saturdays, you guys. It is giving. I love their brunch menu. You guys got to go check them out, lucaspizzeria.com. They're a family-friendly restaurant in Belmead offering delicious pizzas, burgers, Philly cheesesteaks, brunch, and so much more. I feel like it's one of those restaurants that's really good when you take the family and everybody wants something a little bit different. You know what I mean? 3125 Belmead Drive. It's the best thing to come out of Belmead, except that it's the best thing to come out of Belmead. Lucas Pizzeria, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, I'm not going to go on with this episode without thanking my boy Jeff Davis, the Texas car plug at University Mazda Kia. You can hit him up to get the best deal on a brand new or pre-owned vehicle. Listen, if your credit is not crediting, it's not giving, it's bad, it's good. Whatever the credit looks like, whatever your finances look like, my boy Jeff Davis is going to make sure that you're getting the best deal and rolling off the lot, grinning from ear to ear, and showing off all through East Waco, South Waco, North Waco, Hewitt, everywhere in Central Texas. Jeff Davis is truly the best. He's so easy to get along with, too. He's so easy to talk to. I really like that guy. Jeff, thank you so much for all you do for me and the show. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm super excited to have this next guest on the show. I feel bad because I've been not ignoring his DMs, right? He kind of got lost in the sauce, but we've been in communications in the last few months, just here and there. I'm a huge fan of his music now because I got a chance to listen to all his music on all my social media. I actually marathoned it today. I did. I put it on shuffle on Apple Music. Yes, I did. There were some songs that I absolutely love and some that stood out more than the other. But he's an up-and-coming artist. He's just trying to get his name out there. I'm so excited that he asked me to do so and use this platform to do so. Welcoming to The Public Affair, up-and-coming rapper Jiggy is on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. And let me tell you something. I just want to wear the chain during the interview. I just want to. Oh, are you gonna? No, don't play with me. Stop it. It looks expensive. Are we doing this? Okay, maybe I shouldn't because I don't want to ruin it. And if my neck is too fat, Jiggy, then I'll take it off. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. It's heavy, you guys. This is heavy. Where'd you get this? Jiggy, I'm going to break it. No, I can't. I can't do it. No, this is fit to size. I can't.
Fit to size.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it. Shout out to Jeweler.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeweler. But this was actually a gift though. Both my chains was a gift. This first one, this Jesus piece.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna never lie.
Okay.
It come from my pops. So this is really antique. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
This is some 90s shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Yeah. I'm a child of the 90s.
And this one,
so yes.
this piece, it was gifted to me by my boy Fortrell. Shout out to Fortrell. Hold up, I think I got that caught in there.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I didn't want to break it, and then
it was gifted. It was gifted by my boy Fortrell. Shout out to Fortrell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's so heavy, and it's beautiful, and it's loud. Do you wear those out all the time, or do you just wear them in special occasions?
Special occasion, music videos, something like
Yeah.
this. You know, or shows. You know, shows, doing shows.
I'm so happy that you consider this a special occasion.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I really enjoyed, if I can share the conversation just briefly that we had on the phone, is you told me straight up that you just been trying to put your name out there, right? And I actually saw you on a clip on the Private Hip Hop podcast, which I'm very good friends with Prescription. Love him.
Shout out Prescription.
So much respect for him. And you did No Location on there, which I've been showing it off to all my friends.
Yeah.
And so outside of that, you say you have a hard time, and it's not just you though.
Yeah.
It's like everybody.
Yeah.
I wonder, what is your perception on why you guys find it so hard to just put yourself out there?
Partial of this stuff, and like when you talk to people about this, they try to tell you, oh man, you should be doing this, you should be doing more of this. But partial of me doing more of this is the feedback that you get from people.
Yeah.
I'm not a idiot in this music business. I understand that the supporters is what put money in my pocket. So if I'm doing things and supporters are not supporting, like I'm basically just dry out here doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but getting around here in Waco and being out here for a long time in the music scene, you start to see and learn that some people just don't want you to do,
No, I get it.
Yeah,
100%.
and I have always been humble with it. I took it in the chin, like I accepted what it was when I didn't get DM response or when I didn't get put on shows or you know, like I told you, I don't never come with my hand out. I'm always asking, bro, how much it costs to get in, how much it costs to you know what I'm saying, support or get my name out there with y'all.
Right.
But while we on this topic, I'll just say I show a little bit of love to people like Prescription.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Prescription has always opened his doors for me. As far as artists, shout out to Lito, shout out to Tino, shout out to man, I'll probably be going.
You should have wrote it down.
But no, shout out to them though for sure, cause like these are people that Nino, these are people that like I didn't even know they're on the other side of Waco. I'm from Bell Mead. We from Bell Mead.
Yeah.
Like, so they on the other side of Waco, and when I ran into these guys, and we all on the same fly, all on everything. They just showing love to each other. We all showing love to each other for sure. Yeah.
I think that us as the people that provide the stepping stool or the platform, as I'll speak on behalf of podcasters and for somebody that was on the radio for 8 years, we truly missed the mark when it comes to talent in our city. We do. I'm going to take that L for us. We do. I think that we do such a bad job at looking at what's out there, you know what I mean? And so when you reached out to me, because don't get me wrong, rappers hit me up all the time. Jiggy, they do, and some of them are good, and some of them are not. You know who you've seen on the show, and who haven't, right? But I just think that the way that you present yourself as well, like you just mentioned just a second ago, I've taken my jabs, and I'm so sorry for leaving you on red for 4 months. I did, and I was like, you know what, this guy just sounds so. I've met some rappers that don't have a lot of humility, very full of themselves. And, you were just like, when my time is here, my time is here. And I hate for you guys having to wait so long and not showcase your talent because we are being negligent. You know what I mean? No, we are. And I remembered when I started this podcast 5 years ago, I wanted it to be for people like you. I wanted it to be for people that don't have a platform and that are not being recognized. And, okay, come on the Public Affair and let's do it. And then when he starts winning all the awards, then he can remember I was the first person that did that. I'm kidding.
No, definitely.
Yes, but no, I'm so just thankful that
Yeah,
you took the
and I'm
opportunity to come
thankful
on.
too,
Yes.
man. I
Yes.
appreciate it, and I'm honored. Like,
Oh, yeah.
'cause like I say, a lot of people, they don't respond, and so those that do, I appreciate.
Can we
that.
stop acting, please? You know, it kind of makes me upset when you say that, right? Because then, even for me, like when I have certain people on the show and everybody doesn't know who they are and they're like
Yeah.
a name artist or entrepreneur, like, well, why'd you have this person on the show? Who are they? I feel like people pick and choose when they want to give me my props.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
shut
I
your
know.
bitch ass up. Like, I'm doing a show. I'll invite who I want. It's my
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna
Yeah.
watch it or you don't. Be quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, for the record, Jiggy is enormously talented, like
Appreciate
fantastic lyricist. You know, I might ask him to freestyle in a minute. Let's just put the money where his mouth is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you know, I just big ups to you and everything that you're trying to
Appreciate you,
do, and
appreciate you.
even just the way that you move in your business. Like I said, I've met rappers who very full of themselves, very full of themselves, and you are just in your lane.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And thank you for
yeah.
getting dressed for the interview. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it. You know, okay, so I have been listening to is it your most recent EP? They still
Yeah, my
mad?
most
Yeah.
recent EP,
Yeah.
They Still Mad. I had dropped that December,
Yes.
but I recently dropped a mixtape last month.
Okay.
Sorry for the wait, because, I've been taking too long.
But do you think that's too long? Because if you dropped it in December and we're barely in April, that's just a few months.
From the standpoint.
Oh, you said
of
2024.
before, from
No,
the
yeah, we're
from
yeah.
the standpoint of before They Still Mad, it had been a nice little hiatus, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I dropped They Still Mad, and then was supposed to turn around and give them the mixtape, but it took a little long.
Sure.
So I finally gave it to them, and now after this, I'm just flooding the streets.
Yeah.
You might have to lift your pants up. It's gonna be flooding out here. For
Oh,
sure.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I wore these jeans. Okay, and these are my cheap ones, so we can get them wet. You know, back to the Nola on that
Yeah.
record is fantastic. I
Yeah,
feel like it's such a
appreciate you.
standout. I feel like sonically, it really shows like a more like, I wouldn't say high energy, but just something that's a little bit more upbeat. You know what I mean? The other songs on there, they're a little bit more traditional rap, but that one you seem to take it to a different level.
Yeah.
Would you say that to that record too?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. And shout out my boy Bookham that's on the song with me. That's actually my New Orleans partner.
Oh, okay.
Him, and like even before I had met him, I've
Yeah.
always, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, me and New Orleans people always click and get along, and they love me and I love them. So like when me and Book first met each other 5 years ago, we instantly just click, and that's been my dog this whole time. So like a song like that, Back to the Noise, like it's just like shit. I gotta put my boy.
So you're not from New Orleans, okay? You got to meet my girl Nika Armstrong. Armstrong's Bayou Cafe.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
from New Orleans.
Okay,
yeah, she
okay,
gives
yeah.
me the real on what's real Cajun, what's not real
Yeah,
Cajun.
yeah.
Hers is it's real Cajun. You know, no, I absolutely love that record. You know, and when you were on the Private Hip Hop podcast, and you know, Prescription showcased these artists, right, to do their freestyles or present their songs on the thing. I forgot what he calls it, but you know, you did No Location. Why did you present that song on that platform?
Out of all the songs on that project, I was just thinking that as far as like attention wise, and I know that the slow ones like Vibing and I Ain't Them, I feel like they'd have been a little too slow.
Sure.
So I just tried to give them something that's like upbeat,
Okay.
and you know, more hardcore lyrics. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics do be a little bit hardcore though. I mean, there's been a lot about sucking and bitches. No, there has. No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And we'll get to who you can collab with in a minute, right? Do you think that, you know, earlier in the episode we were talking about like how you reach out to certain platforms and stuff like that, and you know, again, big shout out to Prescription, who I feel like, this is just me, and y'all can get mad if you want to, right? But it's my show, it's my opinion. I feel like he's almost like a cornerstone or staple to the hip hop community in Waco. Waco, you know what I mean? Like, really gives you guys a voice to just kind of present yourself and stuff like that. Can it be discouraging when you are reaching out to, let's say, radio stations, or when you are reaching out to us podcasters, or you know, people with an interview? Do you think it could be discouraging when we're not recognizing you?
Yeah, and I know for a fact, for artists that really don't understand the industry, it can be that times 10. But for me, it's only frustrating, like how it happens and how life goes about it. But I understand the business. I understand that like y'all looking for what's catchy, like whether it's blowing up at this particular moment or not. You see it like, oh, she shakes ass. That's what everybody want right now. Or he's talking about murder. That's what everybody want right now. So like, I'm not talking about this shit. Like
Right.
now, I say certain things, but like as far as a structured song, I have no problems with people.
Yes.
I'm not violent. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like
your music has a lot of substance, which I do feel like some artists, I'm only speaking within the city, lack. Okay,
Yeah.
I do feel like even when I watched you perform, your song on the Private Hip Hop podcast on the showcase that they were doing, you could tell that you're really into your song.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And you could tell that you're really like vibing with it, and it's almost as if you were performing for an audience.
Yeah,
which it's only just us at home and in bed. You know what I mean? And so don't you? But I and we'll get into this a little bit later, right? But I feel like one of the biggest things that artists here lack is stage presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like stage presence. So I hate like when I hear a good song and then I watch them perform it live and it's not good.
Yeah.
They're just up there, just kind of like, there's the backing track and then there's like a karaoke. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Now, see, I had got some real game from that. Long live my OG. He passed this time last year.
I'm sorry.
Big Woo. Yeah. He had got me linked up with this man named Olump. He used to be A&R for Cash Money.
Oh, okay.
And so I had both of them out at a performance that I had in Houston one night.
Yeah.
And they had gave me some game that stuck with me. Like, I was on the backtrack shit and rapping a couple of words and then letting the music play while I'm dancing.
Yeah.
And they taught me, it was like, man, we come from that era where they didn't do that shit. Like, they get on stage, no backtrack, they rapping their whole song.
Yes.
Maybe got the hook on there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they rapping their whole song, you know what I'm saying? And they're all over the stage, bro. It was like, you just need to practice that and do more. And so I got good on that. And last year, shout out DJ Sweetest T, for putting me,
I know her,
yeah, for putting me on stage at actually the little place they be having the events outside over there in East Waco. Yeah, that was my first time performing. No backtrack.
Good.
Like, and I killed it. Like I killed it.
I believe you 100%. And I only feel like a backtrack is like, I only feel like it's appropriate when there's like a piece where you're dancing, like there's a dance break, but you're not really doing that. I mean, you're not Britney fucking Spears, right? So you're not really doing that. So it's just kind of like I've gone to showcases, I've gone to events where I do see people, performing and stuff like that. And that was just one of my biggest pet peeves. Like I was just like, why do we have it's like you turn on your Spotify, you let the ad play, right? It's like, hurry up. You know what I mean? Because I can only skip 6 times. And so, no, for real, you know what I mean? And it's like, that kind of bugs me. I feel like, when I see you live, I want to see you performing. It's not a high school talent show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the things that I also really appreciated with you, too, is that I feel like, how do I say this without getting beat up? You told me that wherever you're from, they have my back, okay? So make sure you guys stand on business. Yeah. But, one of the things I really dislike is I feel like people cap about who they know, like who they're in bed with, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I get a lot of people like, oh, I can put you on game with so and so. So they tell this to me. I can put you on game with so and so. Just have me on your show, and then we'll make it happen. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still waiting on that person to introduce me to Frankie J. And it's just all these things that for you. You just came at me with just such a humbled expression and was just like, I just want my name out there, Andrew. That's it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's it.
It's a big shit. What was life for you like growing up?
Very, I ain't gonna cap, I was a badass kid that, it required me to be isolated. Like,
oh, okay. So
my mama wasn't really with allowing me to go do things without her supervision.
Sure.
So, so I became very imaginated, in my room, from toys, and then when I grew up and got out of toys, this is where my stage presence also become good and not being nervous, because my whole life I was just practicing and rapping in the mirror. That's all I would ever do. Nights I'm supposed to be in bed for school, I'm up in my mirror rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it was just I have a very big imagination. I have a sister, love her to death. That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Sister, yes.
And so we grew up together. It was just fun. Because we had our own imagination.
Sure.
We didn't need nobody else. I damn sure didn't need nobody else to have fun. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. We had enough. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say we was poor. I'm not gonna play with my people like that.
Right, for sure.
My people worked hard. You know what
you
I'm
had what you had.
and
everything was content.
Everything was content for sure.
Do you think that your parents or your mom?
They still together.
Yeah, well, no, that's not what I was going to ask. Like, you're a statistic, right? No, I would say, do you think that they're supportive in your career and what you want to do?
They are. They just don't know how to be.
Okay.
So, they all they could really do right now is just like the music, and they're not. I have old school parents, so like before the internet, they're not on Facebook liking shit. They're on Facebook just watching videos. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's the only thing they know how to do is just hear the song, they like it, they telling family, they telling everybody else.
Okay, got you. Okay, so but no, it sounds like they're very much supportive in your career.
Yeah. My pops would be on the road pushing my shit.
Oh, really? Good for him.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
My parents found out a lot about me on this podcast, I'll tell you that. When their coworkers were watching it. You know, one thing that really struck out to me when we were talking on the phone was that you kind of mentioned that you don't really write music. Like you don't really write it down on pad and paper, that everything's just kind of off the rip. How do you, I'm sure you can do a song like that, right? How do you compile a project? How do you know like what kind of album you're going to write that has like a substance and a structure? Do you know what I mean?
Now you actually asked something that's like, I really can't even, like, because like it be songs, there's actually a lot of songs that I've just recently dropped where it's like, I can't even really believe that I said that shit like how I said it. You know what I'm saying? But orchestrating it in my head is literally just like if you was writing it down, man. Like I see like the pad in my head, like, and if I want this song, I mark it out. I mean, I check it. If I don't, I mark it out. Like, and do I know all the lyrics? It's like a file. Oh, do I know this song? And then the file will pull up. Oh, there go the lyrics. And then I just start rapping. Like, yeah, it's very like computer like. Yeah. You know, and weird. Like it scared me sometimes.
But no, I think that is a talent. I think that's a gift. You know what I mean? Because
And it come from dedication too. Like you got to put in the man hours. Like there are gifts, but like you got to put in the man hours. Sure. Like I had a moment where I went to the studio and I was still writing on my phone. Okay. And I went in there and it was almost like I couldn't rap what I have on my phone. Oh, and okay, I see. It was pissing me off and I couldn't finish the song. So yeah, I had basically wasted money that day. And from that day on, this was like 2015. From that day on, I was like, bro, I will never in my life come to a studio unprepared. Okay. So like no more writing on phones, no more voice memos. I'm just rapping on my head. So I remember everything that I did have on my phone. Yeah. I remembered all of that, kept it in my head, and then everything else that was new, just straight
so it sounds like to me like it's a little bit distracting for you to be on your phone reciting a song or reciting a rap for that matter. I ain't got time for it. So you literally just put in the effort to just memorize it, put it down, and then do the thing. Yeah. Okay, got you. So I guess when compiling, because even like when I listen to They Still Mad, right? Like it sounds like there's a message being said. You know what I mean? It's very aggressive. It's hardcore. You know what I mean? Do you record several songs? I think there's only like 6 or 7 on there. Yeah. Do you record like 20 and then pick a certain 6 to be on a project? You know what I mean? Or?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Nah, I actually, and when I go record, I'm going to automatically at least get like 5-6 hours. Okay. So 6-hour session, I'm already have those set songs ready. Like, so when I went to do They Still Mad, I actually was just going to go finish a few of those because I had already recorded some before. Yeah. But this recent mixtape that I just dropped, I went in there and recorded all of those during that session. So, yeah. Yeah. Got it done quick. Did 6 songs in 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And from an engineer standpoint, that's like,
I bet they love that.
They love that shit. They be like, bro, we deal with so many artists that just come in here. Yeah. Come on. Hey, run it back. Yeah. Nah, man.
I have got to get an engineer on this show. No, I bet they have some cringe recording sessions.
Man. Yeah, man. Sometimes I'll get there early because I'm always on time. Like sometimes I get there early. Yes. And a motherfucker will be in there before me, and you hear it outside. You like, man, I know you've been giving him hell. Okay.
Let me tell you something too. You were very punctual. You were punctual to this interview. Thank you so much. Punctuality, people. That is something you really have to be.
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Can you freestyle?
Yeah.
Can you freestyle?
Yeah, you already know.
Freestyle before we go on break.
Look, can't even take a walk with you. Can't even have a talk with you. You niggas too emotional. Yeah, you making me uncomfortable, and I'm too intellectual, and niggas just incapable to understand the vibes that I be on. Niggas can't even understand the things that I see wrong. Niggas get motivation off of highlights, moments, and B-roll. Getting their characters off of iPhone videos. It's 2025. You trying to blow off a kilo. Niggas will do any fucking thing for a C-note. Well, shit, can you blame them? They get their game from their mama. That's why they gossip like bitches and always stay in some drama. Failing every street test. They ain't solving no problems. The first time they get a check, they go and buy buying designer. Can't relate to you niggas, you looking too unfamiliar. That's why every time that you drop, nigga, I did not hear you. I ain't jammed your mixtape, now I ain't hear your little song. Let me guess, you caught a body. Bitch, carry on. They got murder on their album, they got murder on the single, but you meet them boys in person, they as frail as a prinkle. Bitches can't see me, I'm the real John Cena. I can't even kick it, hang around, mix and mingle. What the fuck, why it's going down in my DMs? Fuck all of that talk, it's going down when I see them. Niggas mad cause I'm playing around with they BMs, or they just mad cause I'm riding around with the GMs, the bosses, the OGs, the way pavers, and they all say Jiggy hard, you a player hater, for real.
My goodness gracious. I have chills. A bitch has to take a break. Okay? I have to take a break and decompress. Jiggy, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. I love asking a rapper to do it and they actually do it. And it's actually good.
On the spot.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. But listen, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we have more of my very special guest, Jiggy. I have so much more I want to talk about. We'll be right back here on this episode of The Public Affair. I'm shook. I'm sorry, I'm shook. That was great. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to this episode of The Public Affair. I'm sorry, I'm still shook from that freestyle. Woo! I'm going to have him write a freestyle for my haters. Now listen, before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair, which he said I have fantastic breath control, and I'm going to be on his new album, Bitches Ain't Shit. Now before, of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Julian and Anabanda with Bandas Hauling Service. They rent dump trailers, you fill it up, they haul it away. They also junk removals and tree brush removals, and they haul cars in and out of town. They also offer roll-off dumpster services as well. Perfect for those big get-togethers. We're so tired of the trash being on the floor and everything like that. And you know, it's spring cleaning. Just get a roll-off dumpster service with my boy Bandas Hauling Service. He'll be there no matter what time, no matter what day. 100% reliable and truly the GOAT. Julian Anabanda, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, you know, yo soy Boricua. I want to give a huge shout out to Chefito's Kitchen, Al Gutierrez and Adriana Gutierrez, serving the best in Latin cuisine from flavors from like Puerto Rico, Cuba, Colombia, Mexico, so much more. They have arroz con gandules, some Cuban sandwiches, adobo grilled chicken. She puts the sauteed peppers and onions on it, black beans, white rice, plátano maduro, y mucho, mucho más. Follow their social media for daily lunch specials, Chefito's Kitchen, Union Grove, and ask them about catering as well. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Speaking of restaurants, I'm going to give a huge shout out to my boy Matt Mass with Spot On. He's a point of sale system for local entrepreneurs, business owners, and restaurant owners as well. They offer competitive processing fees against other services like Square, like Toast, like the other things I probably shouldn't say so I don't get sued, and exceptional customer service as well, just in case you guys are having an issue with the POS system. Call Matt with my number on the screen and email address. Check out spoton.com. Matt, thank you so much for all you do for me in the show, bro. I truly appreciate it. Of course, to my boy Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop, who got me looking all spiffy today for Jiggy's new music video that's going to be out soon. Located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen to book or download the Squire app. Walk-ins are welcome as well. He has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, Isai Reyes, Sam Ceballos, and Kayla Chapa, making you look as snackish as I have for more than 240 episodes of The Public Affair, 135 North Hewitt Drive, Suite 121 in Hewitt. Elite Barbershop, thank you so much for all you do for me in the show. And of course, to Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez at Soko Soccer Academy. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training with some of the best child care services for when your kids are not in school, when, you know, it's after school, if they're on spring break, summer break, whatever the case is, winter break. They offer fantastic child care services as well that keep your kids super motivated, super social, super fit, just busy while you're at your depressing ass day at work. Call Soko Soccer Academy for more information with the number on the screen. I also want to give a huge shout out to the Soko Soccer teams coached by my bro, Coach Morrow, Coach Megan, Coach Jeff. You guys do fantastic work with those children, and you guys are truly amazing leaders for those kids to continue to win countless accolades and grow in sportsmanship. You guys are the best in The Public Affair, as a proud sponsor of the Soko Soccer team. So big shout out to you guys, and thank you so much for all you do and all your support. All right, guys, we're back with my very special guest, Jiggy. Jiggy, I'm still shook.
Yeah.
I'm still shook, okay? Titties is itching. Like, where does Jiggy come from?
Actually, I was in my room one day just chilling. I was on the game with my friends, and my original name was Ant, but I was just like, that shit was just plain.
Ant's a little basic, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, I need something, and I was just thinking, I don't know, I don't even know, like, actually, it just came to my head, like, Jiggy, and then I was like, Well, I think Jiggy is probably like tooken or somebody's using that for something. So I was like SoJiggy, and I just searched it up and shit. Wasn't nobody using SoJiggy,
okay.
so I was just like SoJiggy, and I could just tell people it's really Jiggy. I just put the so in front of it to let you know how jiggy of a nigga I am.
Okay, there you go. It's like That's So Raven.
Yeah.
No, I know that's gay. That's not a good comparison. No, I'm sorry. Okay, but it's like that, right? I should be called So Andrew. Hello. For the remainder of this show, I want to be called So Andrew G.
Andrew.
Yeah, So Andrew or So G. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
How about when I get featured on your album?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I won't come do a song, right? I'll come do like an interlude for you.
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Bet.
I'll talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bet.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be great. You don't have to pay me. We'll do the first one for free.
And I actually, and you playing, but like I'm dead ass. Like I actually got a project that I'm working on. I made a first one 2 years ago called Jiggy Sensitivity. It's actually a project of my sensitive side, like, but it ain't just some shit where it's like, oh, that's too girly or like trick music. Nah, it's music that like men can listen to because it's from a man standpoint dealing with women. So I have a second one coming out this year, Jiggy Sensitivity 2. And like I want to do interludes and not necessarily skits, but have like conversations with people, different opinions about relationships and shit on there.
Fantastic idea. Fantastic. I'm there. All you have to do is tell me what time and where.
Yeah, for sure.
You can keep the royalties. It's fine. I just want to be on it. Okay? You know what I've always wanted to do too? Nobody's invited me to the rap music video. I don't know. I'm a video vixen, Jiggy.
And you know what's crazy? I actually want, like, I want whoever would to pop out the mind. Like, I'm never picky about who could be in a music video.
I'm gonna pull up in my Stingrays, bitch. Okay. And we'll figure something out for me.
I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I'll go on there with some hoes. I'll
we
slap
can bring
cheeks.
the hoes out.
I don't know hoes because I am the hose, unfortunately. But and I don't know if you want my kind of hose there because it'll be something.
Look, I don't discriminate. We gonna turn up. Yeah,
it'll be the LGBT Jiggy.
Yeah, we gonna turn up. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Hey, okay. So you artists, right? And I know you. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. No disrespect to the woman. I know she probably fights, so I don't want her to know that.
They know I'm like, I love the fuck out of her, but like she know I'm a gentleman. She know like people are attracted to me, like they like to talk to me, energy. So she knows, like, as long as I be respectful on my end, for sure.
I wonder though for artists, right? Because I made a joke about video vixens. Listen, I'm a child of the '90s. You know what I mean? It was the biggest thing to get with artists, right? With singers, and when you did that, you solidified your stamp in the business, right? Yeah. So for you, I'm sure when you do shows out of town and stuff like that, like in Houston, there's temptations everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you want to make yourself available, but you don't want to make yourself available, right? Because then you end up with 9 kids and you don't know who their mothers are. You forget, right? So I wonder, how do you resist those temptations when you're on the road? How do you resist the roadies?
I resist the roadies by being a man doesn't already experience that fun shit. Like, so now, me being 28, like, it's almost kind of childish to be out here chasing hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm there for the business. And, like, I also learned that me being there for the business, that attract the hoes. So, like, I ain't even got to be out here looking for shit that'll come to me. But, like, if a business not beneficial, like, it got to make sense. Like, I got a lady, so if you can't do nothing for both of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got nothing.
I respect that you said that, too, because, like, listen, when I was 28, I was probably the biggest whore you ever met, right? And I'm 33 now. But, I feel like when I see the guys my age, especially, and I have friends that are around your age as well, I was like, you don't think that gets old?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, that like, even being a hoe was old. Like, I was like, okay, this is kind of geting lame now, Like, it's just... it doesn't say, to me, it doesn't say a lot about a man who thinks he could just pull bitches all the time. Yeah. Do you know, like, what does that say about you? Like, why is being a hoe, like, why is that something like a badge of honor?
A lot of niggas just saying it's all about like what makes you cool to other people.
No,
a lot of people a lot of people don't like to admit it, but like we do things for the approval to a certain extent of other people. Now, how far are you willing to go? That's on you. Sure. But like, we do things. Even me trying to be a righteous dude and trying to always live right, I'm still looking for not the approval, but when people see me, it's, oh yeah, he's doing the right thing, or he's one of the good guys, or real guys, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of those people, they just be trying to do things that make them seem cool, just like being my age and you still riding around this bitch with guns and shit, like you got ops and shit, bro. You 28, damn near 30, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
why are you not working, bitch?
Yeah, but it's to him, that's what still get him attention.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And it's so sad. So get out of that mindset. Jiggy's the inspiration. Have you written any music? You just mentioned earlier that you have a project that's more of your sensitive side, right? That the men can listen to. And, especially in your business, it's probably not like looked at to be expressive that way.
Yeah.
Is there a song that you've written that resonates with you the most?
Yeah, actually, I made a song back 2019 when I was about to have my son, and it was just a conversation from like a father to son, like just me telling them that like, man, people don't really love you unless you somebody, but be that somebody for yourself. Like, don't be that somebody for the love of other people. Like,
Sure.
Because that's gonna always come, whether you being you or not. But it's like, just telling them like your daddy will always be here, like, and to see like now he's 6, you know what I'm saying, and I got a daughter now too, like,
oh wow,
like, well I got other kids, but but just that conversation that I have with my son, like it's that's what really like sticks with me to this day. I still listen to that song still to this day.
Do you find it hard being such a young parent, right? And then you're trying to juggle a career, like in rap, and I'm sure you like work too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you find it hard having to juggle all that?
One thing that plays with my mind a lot is when I leave the house and my kids like, where you going? And I want to go.
Okay.
Or like if I've been gone, even though I'm doing the right thing, like either I'm working or I'm working on music stuff.
Sure.
I'm feeling that, man, you ain't seen your kids all day, man. Like you need to call them, or you need to wrap this shit up, like, and get back to them. You know what I'm saying? So I think about that a lot, and that's really my main thing. Like just my kids. Everything else, it just falls into place, man. I don't try to sweat shit. I just let it be. But my kids, I try to be there enough.
Right.
Like, but I gotta be like daddy out here, like daddy gotta provide, you know what I'm saying?
No, I understand completely, 100%. And you want to be something that your kids can look up to, you know what I mean? Especially if it's like a respected musician or whatever you do in your life. You don't want to be like gang banging or being a bum ass bitch in the streets. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Sure.
So, is there a song that you've written that you hate? Is there a song that you listen to on your album and you're like, ooh?
I wouldn't necessarily say hate.
Okay.
And this is actually a good point though.
Sure.
It's a song that, old, but I never went to the studio until I was 100%. I had a song with a structure. My first ever song had a female on the hook. Like, so I wasn't doing no plan since day one, but like, I would say it's a song that was on my first ever mixtape. It was called 1605. It was a remix to a Drake beat. I ended up redoing it again later and like that version better. And every time I hear that version, I just be like, man, you could have kept that one.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Oh, I got you. Well, you can't. Surely too. Like you probably get sick of performing the same song all the time. Yeah, you know what I mean. Things like that. We have a lot of local artists in town. Okay. I would say, well, no. Before I ask this, who would you say was your biggest inspiration in music?
My biggest inspiration in music, I wouldn't say a person made me do music, but as far as like music, when it comes to artistry, I love Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
Like,
wow, your age is showing.
The whole epitome of like an artist, like it was Michael. Like, and so that, like, he got me into music heavy. Plus my granny, she always believed in me tough. She's gone too. She died 2020. She always believed in me too. So like them two. Really? Michael and my granny. And my granny loves the shit out of Michael Jackson too. Like,
and I would say too, I love that you said Michael Jackson because he's so versatile. You know what I mean? Like he's so versatile. His music was everywhere. And I wonder, while a lot of your project is rapping, you know what I mean, and probably hip hop based. I don't mean to box it for you. But do you aspire to be somewhat versatile in your music? Like, do you want to get like on pop songs? Do you want to like maybe collaborate with local pop artists or singers? You know what I mean?
I could do whatever pop.
Yeah.
I actually ran across a dance hall beat that I actually like, and I've been trying to like. Fuck
I
with
love
it
dance hall.
Yeah,
You know, I grew up y'all playing. I grew up on dance hall.
Yeah,
in Long Island.
I've been
Yes.
trying to fuck with it and see if I could come up with something. Mm-hmm,
That's what's. I love how in that is right now.
Yeah.
But I grew up on that. Like
Yeah.
when I was growing up, we had dance hall like in Long Island.
It's
New York.
almost like a lot of shit that like people
Yeah.
was into on their self.
It was
It's
like
not like some
underground.
public shit now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I look at artists like, you know, we mentioned dancehall, so of course I'm going to mention like Beanie Man, right? And then I look at artists like Snoop Dogg and stuff like that, Busta Rhymes, and they're like on everybody's song.
Yeah.
You can catch them on everybody, like the most bubbly pop song to like the hardest rap song. You know what I mean? Do you think that you could do something like that?
Yeah, most definitely, because and it goes back to me understanding the business.
Yes.
I also be trying to tell some of the young guys out here, and so I'm gonna tell you again on the podcast, y'all need to learn how to like get away from this street shit, bro.
Okay.
Like it may get you the attention that you're looking for as far as the urban community, but the bucks are children, women, and white America. If you not catering to either of those three, you just out here doing shit. And so that's where Jiggy sensitivity come into play. I got songs that have no cursing in it. I have a song called Hero I actually need to put you on because it's actually one of those songs. Like they say the sun will never shine where we at. So I put on so I can shine where we at. Run out the bag, hit the streets and get back. Yeah. Do for the folks the Lord know they need that. They work hard. Yeah. Life in the streets, it get hard. Yeah. Folks out here need a hero. Folks out here need a hero.
Okay.
Yeah, not for real.
Not the performance. Okay. Listen, we got the performance. We got the freestyle. Yes.
As son, I get caught up. I be telling you some shit. And I'm like, no, I gotta show you this shit. Like,
I can tell that you're so dedicated to your craft and your artistry because, again, when I listen to a lot of the music here in town, especially as it pertains to the local artists, everybody kind of sounds the same.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of, and there's no dig. It's just that everybody kind of sounds the same. So I feel like a lot of people lack substance, lack structure, lack versatility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We even talked about stage presence earlier in the episode where, you know, I see a lot of the shows like on social media and stuff like that, and they're just like, it's like a high school talent show. You know what I mean?
Really.
So the backing track and stuff like that. So, you know, I wonder, is there any, I love the criticism that you gave to our youth. Do you think that when you said a second ago, the Bucks are in white America or something along the lines, I don't want to quote, do you think that can be misconstrued as controversial, or what do you mean by that?
Only to people that don't understand the business. Like,
Right.
And so prime example, and it hit me literally. I was at a restaurant.
Okay.
And in the restaurant, we all know what type of music they play.
Yeah.
But then out of nowhere, they're playing some fucking Drake in here. Like, because Drake has songs that can cater to white America.
Okay.
Now think about the business aspect, and I'm finna put y'all on game real quick.
Please do.
This is streaming money. So Walmart's, Targets, things that play your song every day, all day, on a rotation. This is bread in your pocket. And so these are the places that you need to be marketing, because as you're trying to get people that have everyday lives to listen to your shit, these stores are just stores. They're here every day. They're not going nowhere. They don't have kids. They don't have like, they're just stores, and they're playing your music every day, all day, all day. So that's what you need to be pushing. TV placements, movie placements, and I'm doing this myself. Not just telling y'all and not doing it myself.
Yes.
I'm trying to get in, like, because that's where the bread at. Like,
Right. Well, and then, you know, you have to make things that are like radio friendly too. You know what I mean? So then you can't expect, like, when you're like, you can't put on the radio a song talking about bitches, hoes, ass, and titties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless you paying that bag. Now they gonna take your money now. If
We'll
you come-
We'll talk about Plugola in a second. 'Cause remember, I worked in the radio for 8 years. Not that I ever participated in any of that, right? And payola. So, but anyway, that was a big no-no. You know, is there music you won't do? Okay, so I had Jay Trouble on the show, and then I got in trouble. But okay, which I love Jay Trouble so much. He's actually been on the show twice,
Okay,
so 1.5 times. And so I remember asking him, because, you know, like me, I like pop music. I listen to pop music. Okay, I listen to pop and Spanish music because I'm Spanish. Okay, and so I love when I hear a rapper on music that I listen to. Like, I love listening to like the Katy Perry album, and then like a fucking, oh my God, who's, hold on guys, hold on. Cut this out. Because I'm gonna get the fucking artist wrong. Okay.
Kendrick.
No.
Oh.
21 Savage.
Okay, 21,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. I love. You can leave that in there. I love listening to a Katy Perry song and then 21 Savage.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm in, right? Like I feel like okay, I can bump this in the car. Yeah, I feel like I can like jam to this in East Waco and I got the bass, right? Okay, but is there like a song, maybe if okay, let me rephrase the question. Does determining whether or not you're gonna do a track depend on the lyrics, or does it depend on like the actual sound? Like if I'm a pop star, right?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like inappropriate things with other men, do you hop on the song? And you answer it the way you want to too, right? Because like and it's I can talk about this on my show.
And this is actually a good point too, because I was talking about this the other day when I was telling somebody about female artists that talk like that on songs.
Okay.
And I was telling them that I don't have no problem with that. It's just like it's hard to tell you that it's easier for you as a woman or even a homosexual man to say, suck my dick versus you a woman rapping on a song talking about eat my pussy and all this and trying to think that me as a masculine man should be reciting that.
Where do you come in on the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as far as hopping on the song with you, you could be talking about what you talking about, and I'm gonna talk about what you know what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem like being on the song and
I just wonder how that would sound. I wonder how this song would sound, but we're gonna make it happen one day. We're gonna make it. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about sucking dick on the show. On the thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. I wonder. We're coming up to the end of the show, and I've had such a fantastic time with you. I knew we would. I had it in my soul that this was going to be such a fun episode, and it has been. Yes. Now, how do you feel like you stand out amongst your peers? I can tell you how you stand out amongst your peers, but I want your perception on it.
Just being the hardest in the room. I'm gonna be real, like, but also the most humble is like I don't want to show you, but I mean, shit. If you give me the mic, I'm gonna show you, and like
he did twice.
So like. Just me being me, and I say this too while we on cam, like I was here before a lot of them, so like a lot of them really kind of got this from me, like you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so
I understand.
They know, they know who the hardest in the room is, and you know we ain't gonna argue about it, we ain't gonna go back and forth, we just gonna let the music.
I agree. Stop the fighting and just give the mics, right? And let's just put you guys toe to toe. Okay? Is there any local artists that you'd like to collaborate with?
Yes. I've already did a song with him before. It's called I Ain't Worried, but we gotta do some more shit. Trill Mill, one of the hardest working young artists. Like I met him back when we was working at American Freight, and ever since I met him. Music on music. That's somebody with a dumb catalog full of music. Like I said, Lido, the whole MLB section though, Tino, Dino, all them, the North Lords, Nino, them,
all the Enos.
all them, they show love. But on the other side, right? Like I say, the man.
I had my brain fart too. It's
okay. Albert. Prescription, Riz, Sweetest Tea, man. It's people in that section like they show love. I don't want to like forget. Leaf Village too. They had me they had me on the show too. 30 minutes. That's my first time ever doing a 30-minute set. Like yeah. Shout out to
World
them.
Tour.
Shout out to man. I'm so ready for
that.
Trying to do something, get something orchestrated for the summer for sure down in the South.
I am so excited for the trajectory of where your career is going, and I do truly wish you all the best in your career. I really hope that you stay motivated. You seem very what I noticed about you versus other artists that I've come in contact with is that you are very passionate. It's almost not a hobby. This is like this is your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when you're like freestyling on the mic, it's almost as if you're fighting for your life. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I can just feel the passion in your aura when you're doing it. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna wish you all the best in your career. I'm so thankful that you came on The Public Affair, trusted me to be on my platform and showcase yourself. It truly means a lot to me, more than you think, okay? And what can we expect from you in the future, and where can we find your music and socials?
My music, it's on all platforms. You can actually Google me too, SoJiggy. You Google me, everything gonna pull up. On Instagram, my name is SoJiggy4. On Facebook, it's Bill Doe Trees. That's really the only platforms I use other than TikTok, the real SoJiggy on TikTok. My recent project I just dropped, Sorry for the Wait, is strictly only on my mixtapes or YouTube. What else you had asked me again? You said...
What did I ask you? We asked you what you have coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what I have coming up,
yes.
I'm flooding the fucking streets. Like, be ready for this. Like, the whole year is music on music on music projects. I think I'm gonna have at least probably 6 projects this year. Like, I'm getting active. Like, it's no plan.
You know, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
If I don't see 6, you know, I'm gonna have to come to your house and beat your ass.
Yes, I'm dropping this shit. I'm dropping it. Now, look, actually 5 more, because we just dropped one. So 5 more.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Okay.
Big ups to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Big best of luck to you,
Thank
honestly. And I really hope that you will continue to achieve longevity in your career.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that your kids are going to have somebody like a real role model to look up to in you.
Appreciate you.
You're 28, you're really level-headed, you're really dedicated, you're really driven.
Thank
when
you.
I was 28, I was not like that. I was living the prime on my radio.
Yeah.
Okay? My radio days at the bar, screwing everybody that would buy me a drink. Big shout out to you. You guys, please go stream Jiggy's music, SoJiggy, on all streaming platforms. I'm telling you guys, fantastic artist. He has amazing artistry. His catalog is fantastic, and I can't wait until he's winning those big giant awards and remembering that The Public Affair was the first podcast.
We're going to come back here when it get big. We're going to come back here and do it again.
I want to see the entourage with you, okay?
Yeah.
And then I'll sleep with one of the security guards. And then I'll totally be in the mix. I will. I'll be in the mix. That's all I can contribute.
Bro,
okay?
you funny, man.
That's
you
all I
funny,
can contribute to your team.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, okay? That's it. I might cook, okay? If they're nice, I might cook the arroz con gandules and pernil. Don't play with me.
Man. Nah, you funny though, man. But I appreciate you for having me on the show. It's been dope, man. Like,
I love that. I love that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you.
For sure.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. I've got more on the way. Please make sure you stream all his music, SoJiggy. I really wanted to do the episode with the chain on, but I didn't want to break it, my fat ass, all right? I didn't want to, that shit was going to go. Listen, though, you guys, before we leave, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio Home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. You know, he put the bass in my car. So now, I do. I be jamming Britney Spears, then Christina Aguilera, and then SoJiggy.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that order. I do now, right? I be in the East with all that shit. Okay, that's me. Boyo Box and Audio is going to hook it up. He's going to hook it up. Your one-stop shop to get everything done and run roof. Jeffrey, thank you so much for all you do for me in the show. Of course, to Ana Limones with Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor. Call for all party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra flair to your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops as well. So, you know, when you're having the birthday party for the kids, graduation, whatever, you guys need custom wooden backdrops. She does it by hand, her and her husband. It's all custom. It's all custom, all right? And it's legit. Yeah, shout out to them. And she's not playing no games neither, all right? Yeah, blood, sweat, and tears. Make sure you guys look where her contact information on the screen, HB Party Backdrops in the Court. Thank you so much. Of course, to Julio Arriaga, mi compa, JC Painting and Drywall LLC. Contact for all drywall and beautiful new paint for your property, both commercial and residential. His work is honest and true and can guarantee 100% satisfaction. Truly living by his slogan, just imagine, and we can make it happen. Call the number on the screen today and see what he can do for you. Muchas gracias por todo. Muchas gracias por muchas gracias. Thank you so much for all you do for me on the show. I truly appreciate it. And of course, to Erica Herrera, just an honorable mention, Envy Beauty Bar and Suites. Her and her team offer a full service salon, including makeup, nail tech services, lash brows, and so much more. Oh, take your girl. Take your woman. Hello. Okay, to Envy Beauty Bar. Yeah, tell them the Public Affair sent you. Yeah, all right. You know, the nails be expensive. Follow on social media. You got to do like 3 tracks for the nails. Follow on social media, Envy Beauty Bar and Suites, to check them out. Visit at 1826 Morrow Avenue. And thank you all for all your support, Erica. I truly appreciate it. Hope to have you on the show soon, girl. I've been waiting for 4 years. To all of you guys, I've got more on the way. Jiggy.
Yeah.
SoJiggy.
They be fucking them ads up, man.
Yes.
Like,
put some respect on my name.
like,
Yes.
I ain't never seen that shit live, like only on the radio, but like I can tell you do this shit.
I do this shit.
Yeah,
I might be a fantastic up and coming rapper. You just don't know. And my shit, he's talking about a flood. Mine is a fucking tsunami.
Yeah,
it's a monsoon, bitch. You guys don't forget to always keep it between us. That's it.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Man, that was
fun.
dope. That was.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.